don't see me coming, I'ma plot twist. Senses are tingling, we find a feeling and get the tech team and them leave if they take it for what I'm believing in. I know my destiny greater than this. We got a bond that no evil can break forever, my bro. At the end of the day, this bigger than us, we got too much at stake. I'm good by myself, but together we great. Putting my life on the line for the citizens. See all the angles I'm weaving and pivoting. Then I'm drop kicking the criminal idiot. I recognize the playground that the city is. Feel like a jungle gym, feel like I'm juggling. Sky full of turbulence, street keep on rumbling. But I ain't worried about nothing, as long as it's me and my buddy, we ain't gon' be struggling. Now you take the left, and I take the right. We taking the chances and rolling the dice. Sticking with you like your uncle's advice. Trusting my instincts, I'm not thinking twice. I know my enemy's not gon' play nice, so I'ma give it my all every time. Let go of fear, it's just all in your mind. Surprise what you find if you just look inside. Carpe the diem, now you on the night, but you gotta decide to fight or to fly. You doing what's right, it's bigger than pride. Really no limit with friends by your side.
My senses bouncing off a wall, evil lurking every day. Yeah, I don't ever need to call, I can feel it right away. Slim chance to beat the odds, but I always find a way. You were never just a nobody, go get him, tiger, swing it up in the way.
Haley, hi. I hope you're hungry. Food's almost ready. Why don't you go show her your essay? You worked so hard on it.
Some guy in Harlem. Probably seen him volunteering in the city, helping out his city council mom, and trying to live up to his hero dad.
Hi. Miles, Haley. This is Albert.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Oh, and this is my daughter, Cindy.